Hey everybody, it's your boy Nate, and you are watching the Legacy Sports channel. I'm on the road right now, so pardon any background noise, but man, I just wanted to talk to you guys today about what I thought about the Pacer-Knicks game that happened last night. My Pacers, they're up 3-1 and will likely be making it to the NBA Finals for the first time in a quarter century since Reggie Miller and Kobe and Shaq battled it out in a series. I'm so excited, guys. That was such a beautiful game to watch. Seeing Reggie Miller there, all the past Pacers, Jermaine O'Neal, Lance Stevenson sat courtside, George Hill was present, giving Tyrese Halliburton love. That was just so special. I am very happy right now. Pardon my dog deciding to shake in the background. He's happy too. But yeah, the Pacers, they won decisively. Obi Toppin hit that game-ending three that sealed the deal. Beautiful moment overall. What I want to talk to you guys about today is an interesting phenomenon. On ESPN, there is a certain personality, a man named Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith, I think he is a very talented sports analyst, and I actually like him very much. He's actually one of the main reasons I watch ESPN. I've got nothing but love for the brother. But Stephen A. has a bias against the Indiana Pacers. If you've paid attention to any past episodes of the ESPN First Take morning show, Stephen A. Smith has gone on to say repeatedly that Tyrese Halliburton is not a superstar. Now, is that true? Of course not. You've seen what Tyrese Halliburton has been doing. He had a damn near triple-double in the first half of last night's game and ended the game with a 35-point triple-double with at least 15 assists, making him one of few players in NBA history to ever have that feat in a playoff game. And don't even, not to mention the numerous all-star appearances he's had and the crazy shots he's been hitting in this playoff run. To say that he's not a superstar, I've always been of the mindset that if you have a player that's at least an all-star level and they show up in key moments during the playoffs, that they are in fact a superstar. Stephen A. Smith is in his feelings right now. Why? Because his Knicks are playing right now. He did the very same thing in past playoff series that the Pacers have played in. He didn't give them much love or respect when they played against the Miami Heat in the playoffs. And then also too, when the Knicks played against the Pacers in the playoffs in 2012, the Pacers from top to bottom were the better team in that series that happened years ago. But because Stephen A. Smith is a Knicks fan, and he loved him some Carmelo Anthony at that period in time, he basically dismissed that series win they had over the Knicks, and just summed it down to the Pacers having more size than the Knicks, when in reality, they were just a better built team overall. And he refused to admit that. And a similar thing is happening today. And his Knicks are getting their butts handed to them decisively by the Pacers. and the Pacers will go on to the NBA Finals. Will they win? I don't know. I hope so. But they pretty much ended the Knicks season last night. And I know now he's in his feelings even more. But another point that I want to bring up is the fact that I think this result that we're seeing in the playoffs could have been avoided. The Knicks could have beaten the Pacers, and it wouldn't have had to do anything with the level of basketball that they've been playing. Now, you might be wondering, like, how does this have nothing to do with basketball? Well, if you compare the Pacers and the Knicks, their rosters side by side, from 1 to 15, Knicks are way more talented than the Pacers on paper, but they're down 3-1 in this series. You want to know why that's the case? I'm gonna play you a clip that Reggie Miller explained in reference to Knicks fans.
This is why I cannot stand the Knicks. To me, they're front runners. They think that they're God's gift to basketball. Fine, you can think that all you want. But don't front run when you guys are up and then you guys want to talk stuff. So that's when the chants start. Where gasoline was poured on it, there's 30 seconds left on the clock. Josh Hart came over to me. I think he was trying to be funny. Yeah. But again, being front runners, there was no need for it. But it is what it is. It won't be the first time. And I very well can see these two teams battling for the Eastern Conference crown.
All right, so you've seen the clip now. So in this clip, Reggie Miller basically alludes to the fact that, or basically explains that Knicks fans can be very arrogant. And their arrogance is not justified. Historically, they've underperformed. They haven't won a championship in damn near half a century. Yet, Knicks fans are always cocky. Knicks fans are always talking about, this season, the Knicks are going to do X, Y, Z. And then they don't even make the playoffs. This is the mentality of a lot of Knicks fans, right? But what Knicks fans don't realize what they're doing is that they're egging on the competition. They're pouring fuel into the fire. See what I'm saying? And so what they don't realize that they're doing is that when a star player from another team enters their building, they're already walking in there with a chip on their shoulder because, one, Knicks fans like to talk a lot of trash, and two, for some reason, when a superstar goes into Madison Square Garden, you guys cheer for them when he's not even on your team. That's another funny. People go to the Garden to see other teams. That's hilarious. But you're just very cocky. Talk so much trash. I mean, look at those Knicks fans. Look at those Knicks fans who, are out in the street after a game and they're just talking so much trash, going crazy, throwing trash cans, climbing street poles. It's maniacal. But see, what they don't see is that their pettiness is getting going opposing teams. And so we saw this years ago, back in the 90s when the Pacers played the Knicks. Spike Lee, a notorious Knicks fan. I love Spike Lee. He makes great movies. But he's annoying as a Knicks fan. What did he do? He egged on Reggie. He kept talking trash to him. And see, what Knicks fans don't understand is you don't want to do this to superstars who thrive off the pettiness. Reggie Miller thrives off the pettiness. That's why I love Reggie. And when you're being petty to a guy like Reggie, or a guy like Michael Jordan, or, you know, players of this ilk, in their mentalities, they're going to give you the business. And Reggie Miller has made Knicks fans cry on numerous occasions. And we saw a repeat of that with Tyrese Halliburton. And it wasn't necessarily just Knicks fans, it was also other NBA fans, but a lot coming from the Knicks. They called Tyrese Halliburton overrated. I don't even know how you could even call him that. He's lighting you up in the playoffs, and you're calling him overrated? Okay. Talking all this trash. And then there was that clip on social media of that Pacer fan who was walking out of the Garden after a game, and that mob of Knicks fans threw a garbage can at him. You know what happened? Tyrese Halliburton saw that clip, and that kid sat courtside at one of the Pacer games this past week. That, like, when you try to be petty with an NBA player who thrives off the pettiness, you're just giving them more and more energy, more and more aura. And the next thing you know, they walk into the court, and then they're hitting these crazy shots. Like, what Knicks fans should have done is remained humble and respected Tyrese Halliburton's game and just chilled out. And the Knicks probably would be up in the series right now, or at least the series would be tied. But what the Knicks fans don't understand is that they poke the bear. And so, with all the pettiness, with all the bias against the Pacers that we've seen in the media, I think that in the end, this is going to turn out great for the Pacers and small market teams in general. You know, a lot of people are upset that there's a high likelihood that the NBA Finals will be the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Indiana Pacers. But I think these small market franchises deserve their shine too. And, you know, New Yorkers aren't the only people who love basketball. Anywho, that's my little rant for the day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if this resonated with you. This is Nate, and you've been watching the Legacy Sports channel. I'll see you all in the next one.